Against Baltimore, an 85-yard pass. Very uncharacteristic of a Don Shula coach team. A young quarterback, a rookie. That's amazing right there, but super duper hopes to carry them to the Super Bowl. Super duper. That's the way it used to be here in the Astrodome. The Oilers were a man in a cowboy hat and a bird top haircut. His name, of course, Tom Phillips. Tom Phillips is gone. Since he has been gone, things have really gone downhill for the Oilers and even for Earl Campbell. They certainly have. Earl Campbell is not quite the runner that he was. He's still averaging 4 yards a carry, but he is not running with the enthusiasm that carried him to the division titles year after year in rushing. He is very upset. He may be a very expendable player this year, and there's been a lot of talk here that if they get Warren Moon from Canada, that Earl Campbell has gone somewhere else. And Dave, when Earl Campbell net 60 yards today, that carry is going to be worth $50,000 in bonus money, or he will have reached the 1,000-yard mark for the 5th time in his 6-year career. It's tough being a running back. Well, I thought linemen made that kind of money too. Von Common will kick off, and Houston has won the toss. The deep back, Carl Roach is number 85, and Steve Brown number 24. Roaches is a burner out of Texas A&M, and we'll keep an eye on him and see if the ball goes to Carl Roaches. They love to see Roaches on the return, and the Houston fans will get a chance to watch as he is tripped up at the 15-yard line, bounces out to about the 19. The man who tripped him up was Jim Jensen, and it will be a 19-yard return, first down for the Oilers. And as we look at Oliver Luck out of West Virginia, he'll be the quarterback. The one thing we're going to look at today, lots of rookies for the Houston Oilers. Chris Dressel and McCloskey are rookies at tight end. They'll play the dual tight end. The offensive line, Matthews and Salem on the right side, along with Dressel, form an all-rookie right side. Let's see what Houston can do if they run to that side. Here we go. Smith in motion. Middle goes Campbell behind Munchak and Cotter, and he gets a yard, maybe 2 yards at the 21, second down 8. Understand we have some audio difficulties. We'll be clearing those up very shortly. The defensive line, and what better three playing together can you have than better Bo Camper and Baumauer. The linebackers, Bob Brzezinski, hip pointer. He's the veteran out of Ohio State, and a good one. Dewey out of LSU. Look for William Judson. 6 interceptions this year, and of course the Blackwood brothers, who play the deep back spot. Second down, 8 on the 21. Luck, screen to Campbell. And Campbell spun down, maybe short of a first down. It'll be close to about the 29. Lyle Blackwood makes the tackle. Old Lyle getting in there. Let's take a peek at this again. Let's look at Lyle Blackwood. As we watch Earl Campbell, Oliver Luck has got a great stigma of being able to throw to his right, not to his left. He immediately comes out and dumps a screen, slip screen out to Earl Campbell. You'll see Lyle Blackwood come in the backside there, number 42. But he is going to be short. It's going to be third down and 1. And who do you think is going to get it? And Miami, aware of that, loads up with that defensive line. Campbell, I don't know if he got it or not. On the roll, he might have gotten it. He was hit just about at the line of scrimmage. Roll forward to about the 30. A.J. Dewey, or Dewey as he used to be, Dewey now, number 77, the left inside linebacker on the hit, and the officials will have a look at it. It's going to be very, very close. Dewey is 6'4" and 240 pounds. Well, let's see. Fred Wyant, the referee, calls for the 6, and here they come. Dave Moss is the umpire. Head linesman, Tony Viteri. Any part of the ball will do it. By about the length of the ball. First down, Houston. It's a game of inches. The rest of the officials, Wilson Gossier, the line judge, Dick Hancock, Doyle Cathcart, Chuck McCallum. Oliver Luck out of West Virginia, second-year man, third quarterback drafted a year ago. Moriarty and Campbell are the running backs in the eye. Moriarty out of Notre Dame is the up back. Campbell behind Moriarty. And Campbell on his way, baby. Campbell finally wrestled out of bounds by Lyle Blackwood, number 42, on the 35-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. 37-yard pickup by by Campbell, and he's getting close to the 50 grand. Yeah, he certainly is. Watch Earl Campbell here. This is the thing that Miami remembers. The old Earl Campbell, the running with enthusiasm, the breaking the tackles just like that. We see Lyle Blackwood, number 42, come in here, and he doesn't even knock Earl down. He just tries to wrestle him out of bounds. But Miami remembers Earl Campbell has hurt them in the past, especially here in the Astrodome. Campbell, 20 yards away from a $50,000 bonus. That's something to shoot for, isn't it? First down to the 35 of the Dolphins. They show blitz. Campbell on the run. And Campbell down to the 30-yard line of the Dolphins. An interesting thing this week, Merle, is that Earl Campbell was very upset that his team did not win last week, and he said that he's not going to lay down. He's not going to dog it. He's not backing in the end of the season. And already you can see that he is running with much more intensity than what he has run in the past few weeks. Campbell, 940 yards coming into the game, a 4 average. They scored 10 touchdowns on the ground. Now the Oilers send Smith to the right and Bryant out wide to the left. Here's the man. Second down, 5. From the right side, blindsided back on the 39-yard line is number 56, Charles Bowser. The linebacker was coming. And Luck takes the loss. It'll be marked officially on the 37-yard line. Just what Miami's needed in this situation. Charles Bowser from the outside just beats all the way around the outside. Luck has no time to set up. That's another problem that the Houston Oilers have had. They have not had time for the quarterback to set up. They've had over 40 sacks this year against their offense. The loss of 7, and now the Dolphins bring the extra defensive back in the field. They go into the nickel. Sam Edwards becomes a running back. Ricky Walls has come in now. They're spread all over the place. At the 23-yard line. So for the first time, Luck does not operate up under center. Scrambles to get the first down on a 3rd and 12, and he picks up 13. The shotgun formation is supposed to give you a little bit more time. As we see Luck there, he gets no time at all. He's got a tremendous wave of blockers. The blockage crushes around him. He comes up through and somehow gets off a lame duck out there. Tim Smith catches about 4 inches off the ground, and they've got a first down, and they're inside the 25-yard line. So the Oilers are on the move, looking very impressive in their first drive. Started this drive at their own 19-yard line. Russell in motion, the tight end. Campbell with the 20. Gets just inside the 20-yard line. So the short gain will bring a second down coming up. At the 20, second down, 6. Baumhauer, number 73, the nose tackle out of Alabama on the hit. Campbell now up to 49 yards on 5 carries. When he gets 60, we'll forget all about it. He seems very tired. I've watched him 2 or 3 times bending over trying to get his air. I wonder whether he's feeling well or whether he's just losing his breath. He always looks tired. Always, he's the last man to get up in any foul. See what he can do here. Cuts it back. Pulling him down from behind, number 71, Mike Charles. And the Dolphins will play him a lot in run situations. At least they're anticipating the run. He gets the ball down to about the 16. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1 or 2, and there's no doubt who's going to get it. The interesting thing about the Oilers offense, that one-back offense, is that they bring the tight end in motion, which is really unique. There's no deception whatsoever. Of course, with Earl Campbell back there, it's hard to have deception. He's carrying the ball 5 times to 1 over everybody else. The Dolphin defense has allowed fewer points than any team in the entire NFL, 195 for 15 ball games. Now the Oilers, 3rd down, about 3. Campbell. And Campbell is inside the 10 at the 8-yard line for a first and goal to go, and Lyle Blackwood has to pull him down from behind with Bowser helping out, with Ernest Rowan helping out, and Campbell has now picked up the first down, first and goal at the 7 or 10-yard pickup of the play. Watch the body lean of Earl Campbell. There's the tight end coming in motion, lead block. Earl cuts back over top of the left tackle, right tackle right there, sees the seam, and watch the effort that he has in the end of the play. He's already got 7 carries for 61 yards. He's almost 100 yards in the first drive. And with that carry, they have to take $50,000 out and put it in his back pocket for the rest of the game. For reaching 1,000 yards, which he has just done. Cuts it back at the 5. It'll be second course, in this drive. Merle, the easiest thing to say right now is that Miami has overestimated or underestimated the Houston Oilers, but I don't believe that's true with Don Shula. I know his team, I know his coaching philosophy, and I talked to several of the players, and they're not overlooking the Houston Oilers, but they've got one ingredient back there, Earl Campbell. There he is. Campbell now 1 yard away from 8,000 yards, and when he does that, he'll be the 10th player in the NFL to achieve that 8,000 in a career. Tim Smith with his 4th touchdown reception of the year. With all the problems that we've talked about, Oliver Luck's pocket crushing, he gets a lot of time right here. Picks out Tim Smith across the middle on a crossing pattern, right in the same touchdown. The motivation of this crowd here, even though it's sparse, it certainly seems to be it's getting the Houston Oilers involved. Florian Kemp for the extra point try with John Holding. And Kemp pops it through, and the Oilers grab the lead with 8 minutes and 39 seconds to go. Quarter. Well, let's watch this replay again. There's Oliver Luck. Post pattern to Tim Smith, and we'll be right this message. On the left, John Shula, a coach with a brand new contract. On the right, Chuck Studley of Houston, not knowing about next year. He succeeded Eddie Biles as the coach of the Oilers last week, and Dave, you saw Houston at Tampa Bay last week, and he was kind of thinking, hey, if we win this game, they have a chance to stick around next year. He felt he had a chance as we looked at the scoring drive. Their plays, 12 plays, 81 yards, of course, the big one with Earl Campbell. But Studley really felt that he had a chance to stay here, but when they lost last week, it was almost as if he saw another nail coming in the front door, and he's not able to get in. Holden Walker back as Kip comes up on the ball. Walker, the 3-year man out of West Virginia, with a 24-point to the end zone. And he bangs his way out to the 25-yard line. So he holds it back 26. And Steve Brown makes the hit on him to bring him down. So Dan Marino comes on. He's the rookie out of Pittsburgh and may become the first rookie to win the passing championship in the National Football League in a long, long time. When you look at that offensive line at Miami, you're looking at some real experience. Kuchenberg, outstanding. Newman, outstanding. Stevenson's done a great job filling in for Denard at the center spot. Marino with Franklin and Nathan in the eye, and it's Tony Nathan. Nathan wrapped up at about the line of scrimmage, just about at the 25-yard line. It was Robert Abraham, the inside linebacker, who made the tackle on Tony Nathan. The defensive unit led by Jesse Baker, the veteran, because Ham and Kosha, who play the left side, and the middle guard, both rookies. The linebacking core, Robert Brazil. Well, Brazil, of course, has been Mr. Franchise here with that defensive unit. Brown and Bostic are rookies, and let's see what Marino will do about that. Nathan, the lone setback. Marino from the near side to Nat Moore, the veteran. So Nat Moore out of bounds at about the 32, 33. It's going to be interesting to see how the Oilers defense reacts to that opening drive. That's the first time, Merle, that they have driven with opening kickoff for a touchdown this season. So they haven't had much success on opening drives. Nat Moore getting 7, third down 3. And Nat Moore, by the way, is not too happy about his playing time this year, at least the role that he has been playing. He played the secondary role to Mark Duper, the sensational secondary man from Northwestern Louisiana State. Franklin and Nathan in the eye. Franklin, first down and more. Franklin bangs out to almost the 42-yard line. Earl, when I played, you're talking about Duriel Harris being upset. When I played every down I could play because I knew the guy behind me was just as good. And if he got a chance to play, he'd probably take my job. So I played every play I could play. Franklin closing in on a 600-yard effort. He picked up 8 on that one. 6 scoring touchdowns on the ground, all pro selection. First down, Miami, on the Miami 41. We have 7:13 to go in the first quarter. 54, and Robert Abraham, number 56, the inside linebacker. Bingham, an 11-year veteran from Purdue, leads the Oilers in tackles with 116. He also calls a defensive signal. He also was very outspoken about not giving up, not quitting this season until the last Johnson found it. After a gain of 6, second down 4. Franklin, and he really gets stopped by Robert Abraham, number 56, the second-year linebacker out of North Carolina State. That's an ouchie. That was a hello kiss in the NFL. Wow. He managed to get a yard out of it, however. And now the Houston Oilers will bring on their nickel defense as Abraham goes out of the lineup. One thing that's made Marino very successful in these positions is that he has the ability to go deep and also run the secondary deep and come underneath with that short dump pass to his tight end. Let's see if he goes to that. The Miami receivers are absolutely baffled and astounded by the power of Marino's arm. Third down, out of the shotgun. Incomplete. Miami will have to punt it away. Mark Duper was the intended receiver, and Marino misfires, and it is fourth down. I've really been impressed with watching Marino already. I can't get over the size of him. You don't see many quarterbacks that are almost 220 pounds. Boy, you talk about big guys. How about Mr. Roby is going to put this ball away for Miami? He's about 242 pounds, and watch him kick. We're just going to watch. Going back deep for the return is Carl Roaches. The ball has just now come down, if you're wondering what was going on. A 52-yard kick by Reggie Roby, the rookie from Iowa. And so, with a 7-0 lead for the Oilers, they take the ball for the second time. And we'll be back after this. Campbell has already gone over the 1,000-yard mark today. Now, with one more yard, he will join a select company of the 8,000-yard club, and you're seeing 5 of them, and then the rest. And Earl Campbell will become number 10. Go Perry. Pass to the 49ers. Go the Jets. Well, let's see if Earl the Jets gets the call here on the 20-yard line. 8,000 yards. More, he gets about 9 picked up on that play, and Glenn Blackwood, the strong safety, number 47, had to drag him down. One thing that Houston is doing is they're getting the corner, which they have not been able to do, and get Earl outside where he's got that ability to turn up. You can see him turn up right there. That's pretty select company, 8,000 yards. The gain was 8. It'll be second down 2. Campbell, 9 for 71. In motion for Houston. First down up to the 34-yard line, getting 6 yards on the play. Lyle Blackwood makes the tackle. Now let's go to NFL 83 for an update.
Thank you, Merle. In Pittsburgh, the Steelers' Thanksgiving slump continues. 2 more turnovers. Pete Johnson converts the second one. 14-0 Cincinnati already. Will we see Terry Bradshaw soon? We'll keep you posted. Merle, back to you.
Thank you, Lynn. That's an interesting observation because Bradshaw is activated as of today. And Pittsburgh, with the Cleveland Browns red hot, the Browns are closing in on him. First and 10 for Oliver Luck and the Oilers. Campbell running behind Doug France and Mike Munchak, going to the left side. And he gets out to the 39-yard line. It'll be second down 5. Mike Charles, number 71, the rookie from Syracuse, and Lyle Blackwood on the hit. This is what Mr. Campbell has done against the Dolphins. And I'll tell you something else he has done against the Dolphins also. The longest run of his career, 81 yards against the Dolphins, was right here as a rookie in 1978. Second down. Play action to Campbell. with the free safety. Here's Tim Smith, 83, going into the seam, as you said, right there, just a little bit overthrown. But you can see Blackwood coming in from the backside. If he had caught that, it would have been a headache. Third down and 6, and now Miami brings on its nickelback. Splitting out wide to the right side is Mike Halston, who is down the ball game, along with Tim Smith. Pratt and Edwards are now the running back as Luck is in the shotgun. Since taking over as the quarterback, picked up a big first down on that one. A 16-yard pickup. Anytime you can run your deep receivers deep and you can step up in that pocket. Look at the hole right there as they pick up the linebacker. Now look at Luck right here. He's got nothing but running room, and the receivers have got to be covered, and he picks up 20, 25 yards already. You know, Dave Rowe, that's got to be a tough decision for a quarterback sometimes, because all of a sudden, if he picks up a receiver, he's got the open field to run, and then makes the mistake of going to the receiver. No way to getting that first down. Did not make that mistake. Moriarty and Campbell are back in there. This is Moriarty, the rookie from Notre Dame, getting a yard the hard way, and all over him is Ernie Roan, number 55, the linebacker, along with Bob Baumauer, number 73, the nose tackle from Alabama. Well, when you have a short career, as Oliver Luck has had so far, that was his longest run from scrimmage. He may go in and has to become a running back. Second down, 8. We're down to a minute and 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Oilers are on 7. I think it's interesting that the Oilers have attacked Tim Bocamper, who they feel is probably the weakest, strongest on the pass, but weakest on the run, and then he's to the left, to the right of your screen as we look at from the end zone. Now the Dolphins show blitz. Luck firing away. It is Tim Smith, the 4-year veteran from Nebraska. And a first down for the Oilers just outside the 30-yard line of the Miami Dolphins. William Judson had the coverage on the play, and it's a gain of 12 yards and a first down. Here's Tim Smith. Just a simple out. He runs his receiver deep, cuts back outside, and the pass is well thrown. The pass is thrown before he makes the cut, which is almost impossible for Judson to defend. So it's a first down for the Oilers with 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Where this score goes up around the NFL. And I'm going to ask you what I asked you yesterday. Why did you think that the Oilers would be giving Miami such a tough time today? Luck, something went wrong there. He gets the ball away to his tight end anyway. Mike McCloskey, and McCloskey turns a mistake into a gain at the 25. Bob Brzezinski finally made the tackle. The reason I said that the Houston Oilers will give Miami a hard time, and they look brilliant right now, is because every time something goes bad, a game goes bad, you come back, you're playing one of the premier teams in the NFL, the Miami Dolphins. You've got nothing to lose. Let's watch Luck on this play. You said it's a fake. He's supposed to come out here. There's supposed to be no one out here. As we watch the fake, our cameraman got a little bit faked out, but Luck is back to the left. He flips the ball underhand on the shuffle pass to McCloskey, who makes a good gain out of it as we end the first quarter. It's all been all domination and control by the Oilers. After 6 yards on that one, Luck is 5 out of 6, 42 yards as he takes the Oilers into the second quarter and a 7-0 lead. The second quarter comes on to the Astrodome in Houston, Texas. Merle Harvin and Dave Rowe with you, and thank you very much for the nice welcome here in the Astrodome, the 8th wonder of the world. The Miami Dolphins, who can clinch the Eastern Division title of the AFC with a victory today, down by 7-0 as we go into the second quarter. Houston, second down 4. Count. It's the middle again, and I see what you're saying about they're really attacking Baumauer up the middle. As we check in on the first quarter stats, and you see how the Oilers are dominating. As I said, look at the domination there, 136 total yards to 23. Look at the time possession. That is what will help the Oilers today. That is what the Dolphins cannot allow. They cannot allow the Houston Oilers to drive 60 or 70 yards and to have such a time difference, almost 12 minutes to 3. And, of course, since they had the ball, obviously they had the momentum also, driving 81 yards for their first touchdown. penalty. And the second upstairs. Pittsburgh down to Cincinnati, and Pete Johnson, who has scored 2 touchdowns today for the Bengals. And Washington with a lead now over Atlanta. Joe Theismann, an 18-yarder to Didier. New England ahead of New Orleans by 7. Tony Collins, 2-yard touchdown run. Green Bay, lots of problems in Green Bay, but Huckabee has scored a 9-yard run today for a touchdown for an early Packer lead against the Bears. Don't you know the Miami fans are watching that Pittsburgh game because that could be a very crucial game as to where the first 2 games of the playoffs are played. Oh, the home field is a tremendous advantage. First down it was at the 20-yard line for Oliver Luck and the Oilers. This is in motion. Campbell back to the left side again, inside the 15, trying to inch down near the 13-yard line. For a gain of 6, they'll spot it on the 14. As we watch Earl Campbell here, they again are tackling Kimbo Campbell, 58 there, and they're knocking him out, coming back up underneath. You can see the hole that Earl's got. That's nothing to say to discredit Kimbo Campbell, but that's the point of attack that they chose to go at. Campbell now 14 carries for 93 yards. I think I said a moment ago Baumhauer, and I was really thinking of Bo Campbell. That it looks like the game plan is on the side, and that's why Mike Charles will probably be in there on when Miami thinks it's a definite run situation. Play action. Great catch inside the 5-yard line by Steve Bryant, number 81, the wideout who has replaced Mike Renfro. Renfro injured, and Bryant comes up with his 7th reception of the year, and he picks up 13 yards and a first and goal at the 1. And Earl, you're right. They did bring in Mike Charles, but let's watch Tim Smith on this play. Because, again, Oliver Luck is having time back there. As we watch him from ground level, he's having time to pick up his receivers all the way across the field, right into the seam right there. And that was Bryant, Steve Bryant, who replaced the injured Mike Renfro last week. And this could really build the momentum. And wait to hear the crowd. We'll know if he scores. First and goal, and Campbell is in. Touchdown of the year. Well, I don't doubt that Miami is going to play a tremendous game today, and I know the importance as we watch Earl Campbell again from the end zone, but they are attacking the left side right there. You can see Earl make a beautiful cut and run right over top of William Judson. That's a welcome to the NFL, isn't it? A 1-yard run. It was a hard run, but I know Miami's going to come back. I have confidence there. Tremendous team. It sure has put an early sting and has given the Oilers a lot of momentum. Adds the extra point. And the Oilers lead by 14-0 with 12 minutes and 11 seconds to go at the Astrodome in Houston, Texas.
Sunday on NFL 83, the Seahawks, the Browns, the Colts, the Chiefs, the Patriots. The playoff picture develops on NBC.
Want to know what a Texas roughneck looks like, and particularly a Oiler roughneck? What's he got there?
Yes, he's eating a dolphin, I believe. That's what defensive linemen do when they retire from the NFL.
I'll tell you what, he must be going to dinner a little too soon, though. Let's see what Miami can do now. Fulton Walker ready to take the kickoff from Florian Kemp. Walker from inside the goal line. An outstanding return by Walker, but a flag was thrown back at the 19-yard line. So Walker, who has averaged 24.5 yards on each kickoff return, Steve Brown got him out of bounds, a 43-yard return, but it will be brought back because of the penalty flag. Red wire, can't do that, guys, with those hands.
It's going to be a holding penalty. It's going to be about a 45-yard penalty against the Miami Dolphins. Just what they don't need. They're going to be deep inside their own territory, about the 8.5-yard line. They did not need that.
Illegal block in the back, number 51, first down.
Mark Brown, guilty of the foul and the
penalty, and it's a first down for the Dolphins on the Dolphin 9-yard line. Don Shula in his 14th year with the Miami Dolphins. And his Dolphins will try to put it together when we return. Next Saturday, don't miss a special NFL 83. Will the big boys from Steeltown punch the Jets dance card as they walk toward the playoffs? Or can the New York Jets bounce back, continue their revenge, and stay alive? What a battle on NBC. Here come the Dolphins. They're going to go with one running back and Andre Franklin, the fullback. Dan Marino, the fabulous rookie from Pittsburgh. Play action. And he hits number 85, Mark Duper, on the run for a first down at the 22-yard line, and Willie Tullis, number 20, the right quarterback, had the coverage, and he's going to have his hands full with this second-year man from Northwest Louisiana State. Tullis has got to give cushion to Duper here as Duper comes in a seam. You can see Tullis coming back in there. You have got to respect the speed of a Mark Duper. He truly is a super duper. With that 14-yard pickup, he now has 170 yards for the year. Nathan now in the backfield in the I-back. Has the I-back, and it's Nathan. Nathan goes out to about the 25, gain of 2. It'll be second down and 8 coming up as Bob Ham, number 90, the rookie from Nevada Reno, the defensive left end, stops the play. The Philadelphia Eagles over the Rams by 6. UB Oliver on a 2-yard run scoring for Philadelphia. And the Giants on a field goal ahead of St. Louis, and Green Bay continues to lead Chicago. I almost get the feeling that Marino has to go back to what they do best, and that's pass. That's what he's going to do right now on 2nd and 8. And he dips it to Bruce Hardy, who played his collegiate ball at Arizona State. Remember several years ago when they did the National Magazine story on him coming out of high school? He was a do-everything. Who was that? High school athlete. Bruce Hardy, number 84. He was a quarterback. He's been a tight end. He's been a kicker. And he's been a valuable man to have around, number 84, Bruce Hardy. There he is. 16th catch of the year. Third down and short. Hardy in motion. The defensive man, Greg Bingham, number 54, slipped behind him and whacked the ball carrier. Brazil over there giving him a big pat on the back as the Oilers defense responds, and the Dolphins will have to punt it away. Oh, boy, did he hit him that time. Watch this play. Watch 54 right there. Now watch him fill behind and level. Ouch. That hurt. Tremendous play right there by Greg Bingham. Loss of a couple, fourth down and 3. And now Roach is back for the punt by this man, Reggie Roby, who may kick the ball out of the Astrodome. Oh, and he kicked the line drive. And it takes a neutral bounce, more or less. Yeah, the ball is being down at about the 31-yard line. The kick of only 41 yards. 9-11 to go in the first half, and the Oilers take over again with a 14-point lead. Merle Herman and Dave Rowe with you at the Astrodome, where the Oilers lead 14-0. Dave, looks like the Dolphins are going to change their defensive alignment here. They look that way. They're going to a 4-man front. They brought in Charles, who's 283 pounds, a young rookie, number 71, because they realize that's the point of attack. That's where they've hit him, where Bo Camper 58 is and 71. Go to it. They go the other way on the run, Earl Campbell. And Campbell is stopped after a yard or so. That'll give him approximately 96 yards for the game on his 16th carry. Ball will be placed down on the 33-yard line. So he will have picked up 3. It'll be second down 7. So Campbell closing in on a 100-yard day real quick-like. And this man, Bill Arnsbarger, who's sending the defensive signals out, will be going to LSU. In fact, I think he said he's going over there tomorrow. Yes, he's going over there tomorrow to do to work. What a favorite player the players, I should say, really enjoy him. Quite outspoken about his leaving. Miami back to a 3-man front, and the nickel defensive backfield. But Campbell on the screen, no place to go, and he's going to have to get whatever he can. And what he's going to get is about a 5-yard loss or so. Earl Campbell going nowhere. Ernest Rowe, number 55, the right inside linebacker, the 8-year veteran from Henderson, Arkansas, makes the tackle. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or the use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Houston Oilers and the National Football League is prohibited.
Well, you spoke about Bill Arnberg, and I know Lyle Blackwood was particularly upset about him leaving because they are so close. And boy, Arnberg had some nice things to say about his defensive back today.
With that loss, it's third down 12, and in the shotgun is Luck, taking blitz, and gets the pass away, but it is dropped by Donnie Kraft, who had come into the ball game along with Stan Edwards. Camper was putting on the pressure. And it is fourth down and 12, and the Oilers will have to punt it away. And this probably is going to wind up being the best field possession that Miami will have had so far.
That's the important point in this game is that the Oilers have not lost field position. If we watch Luck here, it's a late developing screen to his left. We can see the screen when he drops back to the defensive line. It's a tough pass for Kraft, but this will be the best field position that Miami has had.
John James will kick it away. 12-year veteran from Florida with a 39-point average. Just got that one away under a rush. And on the return, here come the Miami Dolphins with Colton Walker on the return. And they do indeed come up with their best field position, having the ball at the 46-yard line with 7:27 to go in the first half, and we'll return after this.
Tuesday, a marriage explodes when the captain's wife seeks satisfaction from an unsuspecting private.
So what you going to do? I like you.
For love and honor on a new night, Tuesday.
Joe Ferguson's touchdown pass has put the Bills ahead of Kansas City, and Kansas City has lost Henry Marshall, who injured his left arm in the third play of the ballgame. That will hurt. Miami, first and 10 of the Miami 46. Play action. Is incomplete. There were flags thrown, and I'll tell you why, because the intended receiver, Duper, had run out of bounds and come back on the field, but it doesn't matter. It's simply an incomplete. Now let's go to New York for an update.
All right, thank you, Merle. You mentioned the score a moment ago. Here's how the Bills did it. Joe Ferguson throwing 17 yards to Perry Tuttle. Look at this move he made. Turnaround score. It's 7-0 Buffalo with Miami losing. That's good news for the Bills. Let's send it back to you.
Indeed it is. The Bills are still in the chase. Second down, 10 on the 46. Nathan and Bennett are now the running back. Reno to Nathan. Flags are thrown. Nathan hit by Robert Abraham, the linebacker from North Carolina State, who's having a fine ball game so far, with help from Avon Riley, the outside linebacker.
Looks as if it's going to be an offensive holding. It's going to put Miami deep back into their territory. You almost get the feeling sitting here watching this game that Marino's almost tentative to throw. I just want to see him burn one out here to Duper. They've been such a successful combination. You almost get the feeling that it's just about ready to happen.
On that sideline pattern we saw a moment ago, he laid the ball up there, and I think Duper might have been bumped out of bounds.
Yes, he was. He was jammed out of bounds, and once you're out of bounds, you cannot come back in bounds and catch the ball until another person on the playing field has touched the ball.
Fred Wyatt will tell us what his decision is.
Offensive holding, that is, Merle.
Holding, number 34. Second down.
Woody Bennett, who is now the up back in the eye. And the Houston Oilers will now go to 5 defensive backs. Dan Marino, 4 out of 6, 34 yards. Second down, 20 for Dan Marino out of the shotgun. To Nathan. Nathan backs in on the sideline. Gets about 7. He just ran out of real estate. Bill Kay, who was a nickelback in there, came over to the sideline to make sure that he wasn't going to go anywhere.
what they tried to do on this play is run Duper real deep and come underneath with a short pass here, but the Oilers were not fooled as they reacted very well to the play. You can see they're willing to give that 4 or 5 yards. They just don't want to give that long one to Mark Duper.
Third down, 13. Dwight Stevenson is the center up over the ball.
Look at that move right there. A lot of foot action, and he's going to take off running downfield.
Kind of reminds me of a baseball player, a batter who gets that bat going, to get his momentum underway. We've got a timeout with 6:45 to go. Houston on top of 14. You will note the 50 on Duper's helmet. You'll see one of those on every Miami helmet this year.
That was the tragic loss of course, number 50, Larry Gordon. And that's not the only linebacker they lost. A couple years ago, I remember they lost Rusty Chambers. So they also wore a patch on their helmets for his honor, too.
Third down, 13. Miami will go to the shotgun. Rose is in. Harris is in. Third and 13 for Marino. Rose. First down, 20 more for the Dolphins. Joe Rose, the 4-year man from California, yanked down by Robert Brazil. And Rose makes his presence felt in a hurry with a 22-yard pickup.
He certainly did. It was evident there that Marino had a tremendous amount of time to pass the ball, and that's what they've done so well. They protected him.
Today's game is brought to you by Renault, the one to watch for European technology and affordability. By Honda Motorcycles, inventors of the ATC three-wheeler. Honda, follow the leader. And by RCA, maker of the innovative video product that will open your eyes. First down at the 35. Franklin gets across the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Greg Bingham, number 54. Robert Brazil, 52, the linebackers. Yank him down after a pickup of 8, and it'll be 2nd and 2.
How about that score, Merle? 17-0 in the second quarter.
Boy, Pittsburgh has really been in a slump. And Buffalo, with that lead over Kansas City, we told you that Henry Marshall is out of the lineup. Washington 10 better than Atlanta in the second quarter as they roll on, and New England leading New Orleans by 7. Second down. 14-0 here. Oilers over the Dolphins. Tony Nathan. Nathan is close to a first down and may have it. Bob Kuchenberg, number 67, the left guard, pulling to lead the play, and Avon Riley, 53, steps up to make the tackle with help from Jesse Baker, number 75. The Green Bay Packers. We talked about the trouble the Packers are having, leading the Bears 14-0. Mike Douglas, their number 1 linebacker, has been suspended. More about that a little later. And Philadelphia over the Rams on Hubie Oliver's touchdown. Giants down by 1 to the St. Louis Cardinals. Neil Lomax is firing a 20-yard touchdown pass. Third down 1. Chris Collinsworth of Cincinnati out with a sprained ankle, we are told now. And timeout is called as Dan Marino took a look and said, hey, I only got 3 seconds to go here. We're not set to go. So he quickly calls timeout, and we'll take a timeout and return to the Astrodome after this. Most of the derricks you see in Texas kind of signify wealth, oil, but the derrick dolls signify beauty.
I'm not allowed to look at those, Merrill. I got my hands in front of my eyes.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Third down and short. The Dolphins trail by 12. They're on the 26-yard line of the Oilers. That's Nathan in motion. Play action. Third down short on the sideline. Nathan diving for the ball. Willie Tullis back there is the 5th defensive back with Bostic. And it'll be 4th down and still short.
What a tremendous call by Don Shula. He was so wide open. It was unbelievable. It was a great call. Third down and 1. Of course, it's a waste down. Watch Moore come out of here. I think he's not open. They just didn't have the time to get the ball to him. They threw it short on the left side, but boy, was Moore open. It was a great call by Don Shula.
And here comes another one by Don Shula.
Well, this is going to be a run. I'll guarantee you that.
4th down short with Franklin and Nathan in the eye. Hardy in motion. Play coming to the right side to get the first down with Nathan inside the 25 down to about the 23-yard line. Willie Tullis, the quarterback, making the tackle.
Well, it's an excellent choice by Nathan here. He almost ran into the pile. At the point of attack, they really had it stopped. Watch Nathan here, number 22. At the point of attack, which is right there, and he makes the cut outside. They really had it stuffed at the point of attack with Greg Bingham there. But he made a good cut, and they got first down. They're inside the 25, and here comes the old Miami Dolphins.
Yes, sir. 4 minutes, 33 seconds to go in the first half. Moore splits on right to the left side, Duper to the right. The lone setback is Nathan. Marino wants it all on this one. We may see a flag, and we will. The intended receiver, Nat Moore, got bumped on the 1-yard line.
Oh, it's a very questionable call as to whether it's offense or defense. It's going to be questionable here. It could go against the offense.
And apparently it is going to go against it. You know, usually on a situation like that, Dave, the offense gets the break.
Yes, they do. They do usually get the break, but the defensive player has position. You'll see him coming into your screen from the right-hand side. He's coming deep, and you'll see that the defensive man has position, and the wide receiver runs up the back of the defensive man right there. See right there, he had position on him, and the offensive receiver hit him in the back.
And that was Nat Moore.
That did not help.
Interference, number 89, first down.
You almost always think of it the other way, of course.
Well, it's like the tie goes to the offensive man when they both grab the ball.
Well, things are not going well for Miami right now. They have got to score on this series with only a little bit over 4 minutes left. They've got to come up with at least 3, possibly 7 points.
Well, that's because the dual possession usually goes to the offensive man. It is first down and 20 on the 33-yard line now. Already in motion. And Duper is at the 24, where Greg Bingham, number 54, makes the tackle on him. And now let's go to New York for an update.
Thank you, Merle. In Pittsburgh, the beat goes on. Franco Harris up the middle, and he fumbles. Cincinnati recovers again. The Bengals already lead at 17-0 as the great Steelers Thanksgiving slump continues. Let's go back to you.
Okay, Lenny, it's an amazing thing that's happened to the Steelers.
Is there a disease you can get from eating too much turkey on Thanksgiving Day? Because that's where they seem to have lost it.
Marino, 2nd and 10. And going for it all on this one. The ball is batted down to the end zone. Johnson, the tight end, the intended receiver. And flags are thrown. Robert Brazil had the coverage on the tight end.
This one may go against the Oilers. And it does. You can tell by that man, number 13, Dan Marino, it did go against him. This is another very controversial play. As we watch in the end zone, you'll see it right between the goalposts here as Marino's back drops and throws the ball up here.
That's interference. Right there. Number 52.
He plays
first down on the 1-yard line.
Very, very questionable call.
So Brazil gets the foul on that one. It'll be a 23-yard pickup to the 1-yard line. First down and goal to go. Let's talk about Dan Johnson for a moment. That's the first time we have seen him number 87. And Brazil bumped him there. But Johnson has been one of the major surprise packages for the Dolphins this year.
It's a typical Don Shula team. They come up with Porter Hunter, who's a 6th-round draft choice, and now if he wants to score. It's amazing how he does that year after year.
So Franklin scores for the 7th time this year. The 3rd-year man from Nebraska, an all-pro selection, number 2 draft choice in 1981, gets the Dolphins on the scoreboard.
Well, here's the touchdown run by Andre Franklin. All he does is just run a simple tackle pattern. He's going outside, bounces it outside, and of course, Houston was inside trying to defend upon the little jump over top, so to speak, and it gives Miami some momentum and gets them back in here before the half. A very important touchdown for Miami Dolphins.
Uwe von Schaman for the extra point try. There's 34 of them. There's 76 points von Schaman scored with 14 field goals. And he just adds his 77th point of the year. And with 3 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the first half, the Dolphins are on the scoreboard, and now we'll see what the Dolphin defense can do to stop Houston and try to get that ball back for the offense. Kemp is ready to, von Schaman is ready to kick off for the Miami Dolphins. Uwe out of the University of Oklahoma, going back deep. Steve Brown and Carl Roaches. That last touchdown drive, 54 yards, 9 plays, took 4 minutes, and Franklin got it in. Now, let's develop something here that could really be key. First of all, Houston needs a big return. They need good field position out of this. And then, Bill Arnsparger's defense will have to stop Houston on 3 plays in a hurry to try to get that offense back on the field once more. Let's see what happens. Roach will bring it back. And you can see what the Dolphins had in mind. They pinned him down. Arnsparger apparently said, come on, you guys, are the special teams coaches. Said, you got to get him back there pinned down.
Probably recognized as one of the best minds, defensive minds in professional football today, and it's why the Miami Dolphins don't want to lose him. 3 big series here, excuse me, 3 big plays right here, but they only have 1 timeout with 3 minutes left. But that man is a defensive genius.
Let's pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
Now, if Miami can hold the Oilers and get them... If Miami can hold the Oilers right here and get them to punt, they'll get the ball within 50-yard line and get good field position. It's really important that they do stop them on 3 plays.
Oliver Luck, then Smith in motion, back and forth. And he screens to Smith in the left flat. Miami comes up to defensive play with Gerald Small. Gerald Small, a 6-year man from San Jose State, got him down, but Smith kept plugging away and got himself a couple of yards. He got 4 altogether. It'll be second down 6.
It's really important, as we said, that Miami stops them. They've got a second down and 6 yards. The thing that's going to hurt them is that they only have 1 timeout as we're rolling down with about a little bit less than 3 minutes to go.
The Oilers and the Dolphins last played September 20th, 1981 in the Astrodome. Miami won that one 16-10, and it was quite a struggle. Things were different then for the Oilers, but today they put on a tremendous show. Earl Campbell, short of the first down by a yard or so, with Bob Bumhauer, number 73, the nose tackle from Alabama, making the hit. You know, you talk about the 3-man front. You got Bo Camper is 6'6", Baumhauer is 6'5", and Fetters is 6'7".
Well, look at Earl Campbell's statistics, 17 rushes for 100 yards. He doesn't know how big those guys are.
Third down 2. We have 2 minutes to go as the 2-minute warning comes up, and we'll be back with the final 2 minutes of the first half after this.
When you play telephone, if you can't hear everything, that's part of the game. But when you pay for calls, it's no fun. AT&T thinks that every long-distance call should sound as close as next door, and isn't that why you call? Calling anywhere, anytime. Long-distance operators over a century of commitment. That's AT&T. The more you hear, the better you sound. Reach out and touch someone. We wanna build the lion, let's all give a cheer and celebrate with the Nitro beer. Whoa! Beer is not compared to the taste of a bull. You see that in beer, it's a crystal with a bull. It's bold and smooth, you will surely say it's got more taste than beer any day. So don't say beer, say bull. My lion for a bull. No one does it like the bull.
2 minutes to go, first half. Dolphins down 14-7. Houston with the ball. Third down 2, and the Dolphins want to get their hands on that football. So this is the play right here. At halftime, leading 3 with highlights and updates, and then a news report on the Lebanon situation. Third down 2. A.J. Dewey, or Dewey, if you will, number 77. And they're on the tackles. He meets Campbell along with Doug Fetters.
Well, it's always fun trying to meet Earl Campbell. You can watch Dewey here as he fills in the hole and hits Campbell. Really stuffs the hole very well, but well, that's a powerful man right there running. There's a lot of teams, Merle, that would love to have him, and if the situation presents itself during the season, there's a lot of chance that he may be playing elsewhere next year.
First and 10 for the Oilers with a minute 25 to go in the first half. Houston leading by 7. Campbell again, trying to go to the outside, and they really string it out this time as the Dolphins get him out of bounds just about at the line of scrimmage. Clock is still running, so apparently he was in the grass or something because the ball is spotted near the 22. William Judson, 49, had the tackle on the play as the clock ticks down. And at halftime, scores and highlights, a special NBC News report on the Lebanon situation, so be sure to stay with us. We got a lot of interesting football games going on today in the NFL.
I love to sit home. When I'm not doing a game, I love to watch NFL 83. Watch those highlights. I think that's the most enjoyable thing for a professional football player to watch those plays.
See them all. I love it. Second down, 10. Campbell just absolutely dragging Mike Kozlowski with him. Mike Kozlowski, the strong safety. Campbell pulled him out to about the 28-yard line.
Merle, you talked about Earl Campbell and that 81-yard run, the longest of his career. I remember that night as we watched the clock tick down. He had 199 yards and he's well on his way to that today.
And so the Houston Oilers will lead the field with a lead over the Miami Dolphins. Houston scoring in each of the first two periods. Campbell, 20 carries, 110 yards for the day.
He's had an outstanding day, and you know right now that the Miami Dolphins believe that the Houston Oilers are for real today.
So Luck is thrown to Smith for a touchdown. Campbell has scored on a 1-yard run. Franklin has scored on a 1-yard run for Miami. And there's our halftime score here at the Astrodome in Houston, Texas. And so that's the end of the first half. The score, you see it, Oilers 14-7. Yes, that is the correct score at the Astrodome in Houston, Texas. Houston leading Miami in what could be one of the biggest upsets of the season if the Oilers continue to play as well as they have in this ball game, Dave Rose.
They have played outstanding. The Oilers have controlled the ball 20 out of the possible 30 minutes in the first half.
That's the thing that, I think that everybody was sitting back waiting for the blitz by the Dolphins. And so far, the Oilers have been able to withstand that, and they've been running their own game plan and been doing it very well.
Absolutely. Anytime you're in a game like this, I know as a player, I've been on that side of the fence, so to speak. You don't play for pride. You play to prove that you can play in the NFL, and that's what those Oilers are doing today. They're playing to prove that they are good players.
Okay, was that the basis of your making the statement last night, look out Miami?
Well, I didn't question the fact that I think Miami is going to win. I just questioned the fact of whether it was going to be a laugher or not, because I know that a team can win on any given day.
Well, the Oilers got off to a very quick start with this touchdown pass going to Tim Smith.
Well, Tim Smith caught a crossing pattern. Oilers controlled the ball immediately. Here's the second touchdown. Earl Campbell kicks it back outside and runs over top of William Judson from 1 yard out.
And Miami didn't score until inside the 4-minute mark.
Yes, they came back late with Andrew Franklin from 1 yard out. Of course, the big play was the pass interference play that got them down to the 1 yard line. Merle, we've got a great ball game here.
All right, as we look at the statistics, I think in this case, I've said many times statistics don't always tell the story. Today they do.
They certainly do. Look at the yards rushing, 129. Earl Campbell's got 110 of those. The time of possession is the big stat right there. Almost 20 minutes compared to 10.
Now, momentum is going to play such a role as we get underway in the second half.
Well, the Dolphins are going to come back. There's no doubt about it. They are a great team with great personnel, and they're coached by a tremendous coach. There's no panic on Don Shula right now. He realizes that they're 7 points down, and he will come back.
So the Oilers will be kicking off, and Miami will get first possession. We talked about, as we went away at the first half, we talked about the importance of that last possession. Could Miami, in the 2-minute mark, get their hands on the football and maybe get a quick score? Now, on this kickoff, it's going to be very, very important that Miami, number one, get a good return to get that offense moving. Okay,
well,
we had an onside kick.
What a surprise.
And this is the new onside kick, Morrow, looping the ball.
Yes, it is. The question there is whether it's a good choice or not. You don't want to give Miami the incentive right now to go down and give them excellent field position out to the 42-yard line. But you can see that the Oilers are playing loose. They've got nothing to lose, Merrill. They know they're going to be home for Christmas, and they'll probably be watching the Miami Dolphins on TV. So anything goes in a game like this.
Now let's see if Dan Marino and the Dolphins come out with a bomb right out of the chute.
Well, that's what I'd like to see. I think it would certainly loosen up everybody.
On the 40-yard line of the Dolphins, blitz shown by the Oilers. They go to the run, and gets locked down at about the 43-yard line by Greg Zink. Bingham, number 54. Bingham had come up to show the blitz, then stayed home. Winds up making the tackle after a 3-yard gain. It'll be second down 7.
Well, what they immediately try to do is they try to rattle Dan Marino. He's quite a quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. An interesting thing in talking with some of the players, it's the Don Shula who is coaching him. They don't have a quarterback coach, and that's quite a tribute to that young man because it's quite contrary to Don Shula to go with a rookie quarterback.
And Marino is Shula's pride and joy. He hits Tony Nathan. Nathan gets the first down in the Houston territory on the 49-yard line, and Greg Bingham, the linebacker, is there to say hello again. Tony Nathan out of the University of Alabama had rushed for 557 yards going into the game today.
Pretty impressive statistics there, 43 receptions for a running back. Let's watch the play coming out of the backfield here. It's just a simple dump out quick to Nathan. With his speed and his acceleration, he can always break it. Anytime he can break a long one.
First down for the Dolphins on the 49-yard line of Houston. Franklin and Nathan are in the eye. Marino to the first man, and that's Franklin, and they open a hole for him for another 12-yard gain and pick up the first down in a hurry as Avon Riley, the linebacker, has to make the tackle. And you talk about hitting a hole in a hurry. Franklin did that, and this is what we're talking about a moment ago in establishing momentum in a hurry.
Absolutely. The biggest problem that you can have with a 34 defense is a quick popper that hits the line before the linebackers can react to the play. That's an 11-yard gain, another first down. I'm beginning to question the onside kick.
Miami down by 7 with possession as the third quarter has just started. Marino throws underneath to Tony Nathan on the 35-yard line. And Marino took a pretty good pop. Brian Sosha, the nose tackle, coming after him.
In our opening, we talked about Marino and Tadupa, of course, the 85-yard or 88-yard touchdown pass 2 weeks ago. But that's not been the story today, and that seems to be one of the unanswered questions right now is why are they not challenging the Houston Oilers downfield like they've done so well? That's what, John Madden knows you got to dance with the girl that you take there, and that's what's gotten the Miami Dolphins to where they are, but they're not challenging the Oilers today.
Second down 10. Bruce Hardy in motion. Marino to Nathan. Nathan pumps up the football. If it goes into the end zone, it'll be the Oilers' ball. And it is Houston football. Hartwig covered it. I said if it goes into the end zone, it'll be the Oilers' ball, provided that Miami didn't fall on it for a touchdown.
Well, I think you meant if it went out of the end zone, right. What a turnover. Very costly turnover.
So the Oilers take over with 12:46 to go in the third quarter and a 7-point lead.
The most vulnerable place, as we watch this turnover here on Tony Nathan, the most vulnerable place that an offensive receiver can get hit is from the back. Watch Robert Brazile come in here, knock the ball out. It goes all the way down into the end zone. Houston recovers for a safety. Again, they turned off a threat.
Touchback.
Right. I'm sorry. That's what I meant to say.
I got you started.
Oh, yeah, you did.
First and 10 on the 20. Oilers to the run, and that means Earl Campbell for 5 up to the 25-yard line. So Campbell goes on. Robert Brazile is playing his 129th consecutive game, a 9-year veteran out of Jackson State, all-pro performer in years past. Certainly a key to the defense. This has not been his best year, but he's got a lot of football left in him. Second down 5 on the 25 for Oliver Luck, the second-year quarterback from West Virginia. Moriarty is the fullback in the eye. Number 77, Doug France, got started a little too soon for Houston.
That's what happens when you think it's on 1 and it's on 2. This is what happens. Hut and go. Now, Doug, the ball snapped on 2, not on 1.
Doug just couldn't wait to get there. He's an 8-year veteran from Ohio State. Illegal procedure logged against Doug France.
There's a lot of extracurricular activity on this. Watch the tail end of this play. There's kind of a fist there and a push. It's a young rookie. I wouldn't mess around with him. He's 290 pounds.
That's Mike and Charles. He's down to 283. Second down on the 20. be face maskers. Listen to this crowd. It was a flag thrown very, very late. A 68-yard screen pass to Earl Campbell. You watch him bend over there trying to get his there. No, it's going against Miami Dolphins. And this crowd, which has been up from the very first score of the ball game when Luck hit Tim Smith in the first quarter to give Houston a lead, has stayed up. Well, in the NFL, this is called a slip screen. You slip your lineman out to the left here. You slip the ball to Earl Campbell, and Earl makes a tremendous cut right here on Glenn Blackwood, number 47. Watch right there. And look at the power of this man. Now watch this play right here. Watch the way he just gives a forearm here and goes about an extra 10 or 15 yards. Now here's going to come the face mask right there, but it's about the only way you can get Earl Campbell down. There's the face mask penalty on the end of that 61-yard reception. And so it is first and goal to go. Moriarty is in. And the rookie from Notre Dame down to the 5-yard line. And number 58, Kim Bocamper, wrestled the ball away from him, but not until after the play was finished. Well, when things don't go well for you, they don't go well for you. But I know the kind of coach that Don Shula is, and I know the kind of quality players that they have here. That's the longest reception in Earl Campbell's career. You know, when Freddie Akers took over from Darrell Royal at the University of Texas and inherited Earl Campbell, he went from the wishbone to go to the I formation to give Campbell a better opportunity, not only to run with the football, but also they start throwing to him. But he still hasn't caught the ball that much in the program. Campbell down inside the 3. A.J. Duay, number 77, yanking him down. It'll be still goal to go for the Houston Oilers as Oliver Luck looks to the sideline. Now they're doing a little slant action here, trying to get Earl to the other side to keep the team honest because they've run so much to their right, to their left. And then, as you say, they're down inside the 3-yard line. Miami's going to have to come with a tremendous effort to stop them here. Campbell, 118 yards, 1 touchdown today. Campbell back in there, 11 rushing touchdowns for the year. Campbell yet down to the 5-yard line. A very fine play by Duay again. A.J. coming up with a big one. And the Oilers bring on the field goal unit on 4th down and goal to go. 3 points, very important here. Of course, we've got a man down on the field. It looks like he's injured. As we watch it from ground level here, Earl really never gets outside. Maybe we can see the injury in there. There's Billy coming in underneath, submarining, grabbing on Earl's leg, and just holding on, waiting for help. I don't really see the injury that happened. 10 minutes, 4 seconds to go in the third quarter. 14-7, Houston.
Next Saturday, don't miss a special NFL 83 with the big boys from Steeltown plus the Jets dance card as they walk for the playoffs. Or can the New York Jets bounce back, continue their revenge, and stay alive? What a battle on NBC.
Earl Campbell shaken up in the last play. Apparently is okay. Went off the field under his own power. It is 4th down. The field goal unit is on, so he wouldn't be in there anyway. Florian Kemp, the tip shot for him from the 13, making it a 23-yard effort, and he's 3 out of 3 in this range. He is now 4 out of 4. 23-yard field goals by Florian Kemp. And now the Houston Oilers lead by 10. Oh, it's a big position there for the Miami Dolphins to hold them. Big point. To hold them, the Oilers to just 3 points. That was a crucial play there. So with a 10-point lead, the Oilers will be kicking it off when we come back. Earl Campbell, the longest run in his career against Miami. Now the longest pass reception in his career. Set up the last field goal as Walker should get Miami a good return from the 10. Walker pops it up. He goes after the football at the 36-yard line. Holden Walker coming up with exactly what the Dolphins needed. Ted Thompson finally covered him. Walker, who's averaged 24.5 on his returns, and look at him go.
This is exactly what the Miami Dolphins needed in this situation. They needed a long return. They've got the return artist back there, Fulton Walker. Watch the acceleration when he gets into the hole right here. Now watch the acceleration right there. He gets out, and there's Kemp trying to keep him in bounds. He almost gives up the ball right at the end here. He gets hit and loses the ball, but fortunately, the ball finally bounced right for the Miami Dolphins, and they've got great field position. Here's the acceleration right there, and here's where he gets into trouble with the ball pulled out. You'll watch the ball bounce down, take the right bounce for the Miami Dolphins, right back up into his arm.
First down on the 36-yard line. Dan Marino wants it to hurry. Comes to the near side. He takes left. As Cooper makes the catch for a 12-yard pickup and a first down.
This is the Miami Dolphins that I've seen this year, and you have too, Merle. Now they're attacking the Oilers. Let's watch it from the end zone again, Merle. Let's see what happens on this play. There's the pass play out to Duper. You can see the distance that the defensive back has to give Duper because of his outstanding speed. Quite a hit on that young man.
Ball on the 24-yard line of the Oilers. Marino again in command. Rookie from University of Pittsburgh. Franklin just puts his head down and bangs his way up the shoulder of Steve Brown, number 24, and gets inside the 20-yard line. Andra Franklin, out of the University of Nebraska, a 228-pounder on a 5'10 frame, and he is now coming to the sideline after getting a 4-yard gain. It'll be second down 4. 8 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the third quarter, and the Oilers on top, 17-7. They have led all the way. Second down. Marino and Duper on the slant. Flags go down and Duper goes down at about the 7-yard line.
That's going to be an interesting call again because I think it's going to be a headshot against the Houston Oilers. Not trying to tackle it, but an arm to the head on Mark Duper. Let's see if we can see that play as we watch Marino. Tremendous on this cut pattern inside. Watch the ball unleash to Duper. Now we'll see if you see the headshot coming in here from the Oilers. Bam, there it is right there. You cannot do that in the NFL. That's by Steve Brown, number 24.
First down.
So now the Dolphins, and this shows you how quickly they can strike. They get a 53-yard kickoff return from Walker. That sets it up. Marino quickly marches him down inside the 5-yard line with the penalty flag.
Yeah, you've seen what he's done it with. He's done it with the pass again to Duper, to Matt Moore. Those are the plays that have gotten him to this point in the season.
And it'll be second down and goal as he gets about a yard picked up on the play. Ted Thompson, number 51, a linebacker, and Tim Joyner, number 57, is in there.
They have not been successful with this off-tackle play yet today, but they have got to go to it because they do have to run the ball.
Why haven't they been able to succeed there?
They haven't been successful because the defensive line there has really charged well. That's Bob Ham, number 90, and also, of course, Greg Bingham, the leading tackler. 120 tackles coming into this game, plays on that side.
Second down and goal for the Dolphins. Dwight Stevenson over the ball. Incomplete. We've got flags dropped somewhere, I believe. Jerome Foster had the rush.
It may be an ineligible lineman downfield. The ball was going to be a throwback as Marino looks back to his left. You'll see him here. It's going to be a throwback to his left. See him look back to the left? It's not open. He's got no one to throw to. Because the ball was not thrown beyond the line of scrimmage, evidently they didn't call lineman downfield, but we can see 61 downfield.
And Fred Wyatt said no penalty. So it is now third down and goal. Woody Bennett comes into the ball game. Woody has explosive power. In fact, he does a 40 in about 4 or 5, and he can get into that hole and through it in a hurry.
That's about as fast as our producer, Jeff Mason, runs, isn't it?
Not quite. Will Marino throw or run? Third down. Nathan, covered well by Ted Thompson, number 51, the 9-year veteran linebacker from SMU. And again, the Houston defense now what do you do? The pressure's on Don Shula, the great coach for Miami Dolphins. Do you kick the field goal? Of course you do if you're Don Shula.
Absolutely. This Houston defense, we talked about the defense earlier today, and the way that the defense, has kind of had a tough time this year, but they've been great today.
Here's the pass out to the flat. You can see it right there, and watch the hit right here to keep from coming in the end zone. I'll tell you, the Oilers are playing very inspired football. It's not the fact that Miami is playing poorly. The Oilers are playing very inspired football today.
20-yard field goal for Von Schaman.
Watch the fake.
Making a 15-yard field goal, and that's easy for him.
Yeah.
So Von Schaman hits his first field goal inside the 20 this year. Nice little chip shot. And once again, the Oiler lead has been cut to 7 with 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. From now on, I'm going to listen to you when you talk about an underdog being able to upset a team like Miami.
Well, I know that this team, the Oilers, have not played that bad. They've had a lot of things go wrong with them this season. And the Miami Dolphins, anytime you're playing against the leader in your division, you play harder. I don't care what team you are, and I don't care what your record is.
Well, I think that is the case without a doubt. I really do.
It seems that way today.
You go after you're going after the kingpin, so to speak, the AFC representative in the Super Bowl.
Well, if they can win this one game, it's the whole season for the Oilers. Everything's gone wrong for them.
Well, there's one way to cut down on a run back, and that's just kick the ball out of the ballpark, which is what happened there. Well, coming up next, stay with us for the second half of our NFL doubleheader. Most of you will see the Cleveland Browns against the Denver Broncos, both teams fighting for a playoff berth. Or in some areas, you'll see the New York Jets facing the Baltimore Colts. Check your local listings for the game in your area. Well, Pittsburgh having trouble today, and that's good news for Cleveland Browns fans, as the Browns are breathing very heavily on Pittsburgh's necks in the AFC Central.
I guarantee you, I'd watch that shoot off. I think Cleveland's one of the hottest teams in the league right now.
Earl Campbell for 4, and it'll be second down and 6. 55, Ernest Roan kind of tripped him up a little bit. So Campbell just diving forward for as much as he can get, and he is having an outstanding day. We have 6:43 to go in the third quarter here.
We alluded to the fact that Earl Campbell might not play here next year. I think that's a very, very interesting question. I don't know if they can give him up.
A lot's going to depend on what happens in the draft situation. Second down. The rookie from Notre Dame. And he's a good prospect, but not Earl Campbell. Doug Fetters, number 75, there on the hit.
Well, I'll tell you, now there's a tough player, 16 sacks already. Look how he stuffed the man right in the, that's a perfect play for a defensive lineman. You stuff the offensive lineman coming into you, play off, and make the tackle.
Can you imagine trying to throw over him at 6'7", and when he's got his full football gear on, he's 7 feet tall at the top of his headgear.
He plays like he's 7 foot tall, too.
Third down shotgun, Edwards and Kraft to the running back. Intended for Kraft, and there again is a situation where he might have been able to run. He only had 5 yards to go for the first down. Saw Kraft, elected to throw the ball. He might have made it on a run.
One thing that Oliver Luck is doing today as we watch him back in shotgun formation, number 10, watch how he steps up when the pocket crushes around him. He steps up. Now, he has a decision right here. This is the ball that Kraft definitely have caught right there. He should have caught that ball. It would have given him first down. As it is, Miami's going to get the ball back again in very good field position.
So the punting unit comes on. James, 12-year veteran from Florida. Less than a 40-yard average for the year. His longest kick of the year has been 63 yards. Back deep number 41. Fair catch called for by Walker and taken at about the 32-yard line of Miami. 5:32 to go in the third quarter. The Houston Oilers have led all the way and are ahead now 17-10 after that 43-yard run. Cincinnati still leading Pittsburgh, but Kenny Anderson has been shaken up. The left wrist injured. He's been taken to the dressing room for x-rays. Buffalo over Kansas City as Buffalo stays in the race. Now Marino, will he throw on first down on his 32-yard line? Play action. tight end, Dan Johnson. That's the second time that he has gone to Johnson today, and I think we can probably start looking for him a little bit now at the 40-yard line. Dan Johnson out of Iowa State. The surprise package.
What really makes this play hold is the fake right there to Nathan, who draws the defense. Now he can unleash the bomb right there. The ball over to Dan Johnson, number 87, who has not got a lot of passes today, but they're going to utilize him a lot more.
Marino, 13 out of 18, 119 yards for the day. Second down short, 2 yards to go. Franklin has the first down, I think, gets it the hard way. He's going to be very, very close. Looks like they have moved the ball up. Washington shutting out Atlanta as the Redskins roll on. They're tied with Dallas for the Eastern Division leadership, and they're both in the playoffs. New England hanging tough. That defense of the Patriots holding New Orleans down.
How about that score? Green Bay 21 over Chicago 14. Chicago starting to come back in this game.
Glenn Dickey has thrown for his 30th touchdown of the year in that one. He leads the NFL in touchdown passes thrown. Clock ticks away in the third quarter. First down, Miami. Here he goes. Duper over 7. You talk about a strong arm. We mentioned that earlier. The Dolphins, particularly the veterans like Nat Moore and Duriel Harris, were absolutely amazed at the strength of Marino's arm.
In the NFL, you call that a rifle, and he's got one. He threw that ball. We watch Duper going downfield. Now, Duper's drawing double coverage. You'll see the safety coming in the top of your picture, and, of course, the cornerback, 24 Brown, running right with him. So he's drawing double coverage. They have great respect for him, but that is about a 60-yard pass in the air.
When they double-team Duper, look out for Nat Moore.
Yes, he's been very quiet today, but, boy, he is a force.
So Duper is out of there right now to get a little breather. Second down. Franklin right through the middle. Not too much on that one, about 3. It'll be third down 7. Dan Marino, by the way, was the 27th player picked in the draft and Miami's number 1 draft choice. There he is, number 13. Don Shula was really amazed that he was still available. He was the 6th quarterback chosen in the draft.
Well, when you go to the Super Bowl with your quarterback, you don't look for a new quarterback because Woodley took him there last year as we watched Don Shula. But the interesting thing is that Marino's had a lot of bad publicity that he forced the ball into coverage. And, of course, Don Shula, his coach, as we look 3rd and 6, has been able to get that out of him.
Marino over the head of Nathan, and Nathan was wide open. However, Bostic was coming on a safety blitz, and Marino had to get rid of the football. So Tony Nathan, boy, you can see the disappointment in his face because there wasn't anybody around him.
There wasn't anybody around, but Houston brought everybody from the schoolhouse.
Fourth down. Reggie Roby will punt it away. He could kick this ball down into the runway.
Now watch how high this ball goes. This is amazing. As I look out, he snaps the ball, or I should say kicks the ball higher than where we are.
It may not be too much distance, they won't have any trouble covering it, however.
Oh, he fumbled it.
A scramble for the football. It is down on the 30. Carl Roaches was the receiver, so Roby kicked that ball about 120 yards, but upfield only about 22, and that's exactly what he did. 3:14 to go in the third quarter. The Oilers have the football and lead by 7. The preceding announcement was furnished as a public service by Glenn Blackwood and the National Football League. Your old buddy.
That's Glenn to the left, number 47. He told me his wife Beth is really excited about the new house they just built. He told me, be sure to mention my new home, whatever that means.
Well, we have to mention the loan company too, don't we?
Yeah, that's the truth. I bet you they're excited about it too.
Don Shula on the sideline. His 14th year as the head coach of Miami. Signed a new long-term contract this year. And of course, you talk about Shula, you talk about winning tradition, you talk about execution.
You know, the look at Don Shula never really changes in a game, but inside he's in a turmoil right now. They're down 17-10 with a little bit over 3 minutes to play in this quarter, and I know he is really concerned about this game.
Oliver Luck has done a fine job for Houston today. And he fires away. It is number 81, Steve Bryant, the replacement for Renfro, who is out with an injury. William Judson had the coverage on the play. Bryant coming up with his second
threw this ball. And Bryant was able to read back underneath and come back against the ball. Judson did not see the ball. You'll see Luck here throw it the crossing pattern. He's throwing the ball out there. Now Judson does not see the ball. Bryant comes underneath and catches the ball for a 26-yard gain. They're driving again on him.
Bryant, the second-year man from Purdue. First and 10 on the Miami 45. Campbell's power, the old stiff arm, you don't see that very much. The first tackler, Judson, just simply knocked away by Campbell, and then Gerald Small, the other quarterback, had to come over and bring him down, but Campbell showing that tremendous power of his for a 6-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Well, you mentioned the old straight arm. There's nobody who's got a stronger straight arm. Watch Gerald Campbell here. He breaks off Dewey there. Now watch right here. He just pushes Judson back. There comes another tackle in there, and finally, Lyle had to come over and make that tackle. Lyle Black with number 42 had to make that one.
2nd down 4. Campbell, 35 carries, 125 yards. Walls is now in as a wideout. Luck. And Luck firing on the run. He's got Tim Smith, but he was out of bounds. Luck having quite a day. Tim Smith on the receiving end. He's going over 1,000 yards this season.
Tim Smith makes this cut. Unfortunately for the Oilers, he makes it a little bit too close to the sideline. You'll see the ball come in and watch his feet as he tries to get his feet down real quick, inbounds, and one. Of course, it was out of bounds. Maybe we can see it again on this isolate here. Watch Tim Smith right there. There's the catch. There's the feet out of bounds. A very good call by our referee staff.
Edwards and Kraft are now the running backs on 3rd down 4. Smith in motion. Luck in the shotgun under a rush. Everybody coming. He gets that pass away, but it's incomplete. Trapped on the 28-yard line by Mike Paulson out of Oregon State. Trying to get that ball. The coverage by William Judson, the left cornerback. And so Houston stopped by the Miami defense. 4th down and 4 for the Oilers. Oliver Luck for the way. 10 out of 14, 138 yards and 1 touchdown. A minute 28 to go in the 3rd period.
Well, if anybody in the NFL, any kicker in the NFL has the experience to kick it out of bounds, John James has it here. He's been in here 12 years. He's right up near the top in the number of kicks, and they really need a coffin corner kick here.
John James, ready to do his best. Back deep, Colton Walker. A 39-yard kick by James puts the Dolphins in a hole as the offensive unit comes on for Don Shula with 1:21 to go in the 3rd quarter.
That just means that Marino has an opportunity to throw a 96-yard pass. That's all.
That is not out of the realm of possibility. We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network.
And this is South Florida 7 WSBN Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Next week, Saturday coming up, the Steelers against the New York Jets at 12 o'clock Eastern Time. And NFL 83, week number 15. And look at the Steelers, compare the Steelers to the 70s, other teams, and the Steelers of the 80s. Marino out of the end zone. He hits Duper. Duper at the 19, 1st down. And again, he was double covered. And this young man is only in his 2nd year and did not catch a pass last year. Is doing an outstanding job, 15 yards on this one.
Well, this is old super to super duper. On this pattern right here, it has to be a precise pattern. It has to be thrown inside the seam. It's a well thrown. You see the speed and velocity that ball comes in there. Tremendous arm on Dan Marino.
1st down, just inside the 20 in Miami territory with 47 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Nathan almost going down at the 20, manages to get out to the 27, and Steve Brown, number 24, the cornerback from the University of Oregon, a rookie, gets him down. It'll be 2nd down and 2 coming up, and the Steelers are going down the tubes again, it would appear, as Cincinnati, minus Kenny Anderson, ahead by a 20-3 score. Jim Breach having just kicked a 27-yard field goal. And Washington over in the third quarter in the Astrodome. So the Dolphins have a ways to go. At the end of the third quarter, it is 17-10 Houston. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Live with Don Shula, Friday at 6.
Can this man handle the heat? You better believe it. 21 years as a head coach in the NFL, 14 in Miami, 2 NFL, 2 NFC titles in Baltimore, 4 AFC titles altogether, 2 Super Bowls. Yes, sir. First down, Miami. Play action. Marino cranks it up for Duper. It is intercepted on the 20-yard line. It is picked up by Keith Bostic with his second interception of the year. It is not Miami's day so far.
It certainly has not been. The big handle against Dan Marino is that he forces the ball into coverage. Now, Super breaks down the center. Watch the number of the Oilers that are in the picture. You see 3 of them surrounding him there. You cannot force the ball into coverage. You have to go to your receivers when they're open. You have to read that coverage. And poor Dan Marino has not had a good day today doing that.
The ball officially marked on the Oilers' 17-yard line. David Carter, the center, is up over the ball. Here comes Oliver Luck and company. Moriarty and Campbell are the I-back. Campbell, who else? Campbell for very, very little. Ernest Roan submarining to make the tackle. Today's game brought to you by Chrysler Plymouth. Cars engineered for luxury, quality, and value. By Michelob Light, an exceptional light beer with a rich, smooth taste. And by Allstate, we insure your home, your car, your health, your business, and your life. You're in good hands with Allstate. Houston with the football. Second down. No gain on the last play. Maybe a foot or so. Play action. Misfiring on that one. And the Blackwood brothers had Steve Bryant covered rather well, like they knew what the pattern was going to be.
Yes, they certainly did. They were right there on that pass. The one thing that Houston does not want to do right now is make a crucial mistake. They've got a young quarterback who's trying to prove that he can play in the NFL, and they do not want to make a crucial mistake here. And this is what Miami does so well. Third down, 10 yards to go. Force that quarterback, Oliver Luck, the young rookie, into a mistake and capitalize on that mistake.
Third down, splitting wide to the right side, Mike Austin. They're into the shotgun, and Luck goes to work. Gets that ball away. Edwards takes it out to the 25-yard line, almost made the first down, and will be close to it. Bob Baumauer was putting the pressure on. Somehow Luck got rid of that football.
Well, when you get smiled upon, you get smiled upon. Watch Oliver Luck in the grass with Baumauer right there. Throws the ball out in the flat. It's caught, picks up about 9.5 yards. They need another yard. They better punt it. The crowd doesn't want to punt it. But that's the kind of play, if you don't punt it and you don't make it, then all of a sudden they say, hey, stupid, you should have punted it.
Oh, they got to be kidding. Not punt in this situation. Going back deep, Holden Walker, he has been excellent on a kickoff return earlier. This ball popped well by John James, and Holden Walker at his own 26. They try to set the wall, and Walker bangs it out across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. And he is covered there by Steve Bryant, who's there on the tackle. 13:09 left to play in the ball game. The Oilers lead by 7. Let's see if Miami can do something with the ball this time. After a 47-yard punt by James and a 12-yard return by Walker, the Dolphins have good field position at their own 42. Super puts wide to the right side, more wide to the left side, more going to the right side. Nathan gets the big yardage down to the 43-yard line of the Oilers, and Willie Tullis, number 20, pulls him down. So Nathan picks up 16. Suppose they were looking for the pass.
I believe they were looking for the pass. I think you can see as in the latter part of this play, as we watch Duper come off the line trying to get a block here, watch Nathan explode into the picture right there. He almost turned this thing around. That's exactly what you want to do, though. You've got to come up with these tricks, so to speak. Catch them off guard. When they're waiting for the pass, go with the run.
Again, they go to the run. Nathan back to the right second half of our NFL doubleheader. Most of you will see the Cleveland Browns against the Denver Broncos. That'll be a very big ball game for the Browns if Pittsburgh goes on to lose their game. In some areas, it'll be the Jets against the Baltimore Colts, so check your local listings for the game in your area. Make that a 6-yard pickup and 2nd and 4 for Miami. Franklin. Flag goes down as it might be a face mask. It looked like somebody was trying to tackle the ball. Greg Bingham, I believe, gets the tackle, and I think he gets the face mask instead.
Sometimes that's the best play in football, as we listen to our referee friends tell us that it is a face mask on the tackle on Andre Franklin.
So this will give Miami a first down.
Face mask, number 54.
And it was on Bingham. So the Dolphins are on the move now at the 28-yard line. Out to the Houston Oilers. And Miami is down by 7. Dan Marino at the helm. Comes up with his 6th touchdown of the year.
Well, when one receiver is drawing double coverage, as Cooper has done all this game, the best thing you can do is go back to your other wide receiver. In this case, number 89, Nat Moore, on the left of your screen, run a simple in pattern right to the flag, breaks the tackle right there, and scampers right into the end zone. Miami is back in the shootout.
And how? And Von Challen will really put him in the shootout with the extra point try. Don Strock, who has not taken a snap as the quarterback, but handled the hold for Von Challen, ready to put the ball down. Tie game in the Astrodome. With 11 minutes and 46 seconds left to play, finally the Dolphins put a very strong drive together to knock the score at 17. And we'll come back to the Astrodome right after this. Merle Hammond and Dave Rowe with you at the Astrodome. Hope you're enjoying this ball game today. It's all locked up at 17 as Von Challen puts the ball in the air. It's going to Carl Roach's side. Roaches decides not this time. A speedster from Texas A&M downs the ball. It'll be Houston at the 20. Took Dan Marino and company only a minute and 23 seconds to get that tying touchdown.
It seemed like a lot longer than that.
With 11:40 to go, the Oilers take over at their own 20. By the way, Dave, I know you join me in offering our congratulations to our colleague Dick Enberg, who won an Emmy this past week as America's #1 sports announcer.
Top sports announcer for the top sports broadcasting, right? NBC.
Absolutely. Congratulations, Dick. Campbell having one of his best days. Gets 7 and possibly 8. You know, when he first came on as a rookie, Bum Phillips must have taken about 16 promos watching him get up after a tackle. Let's look at him.
Well, the one thing Earl has not been able to do prior to this game is to get that corner where he can get that cutback. He's not been able to get out to the tackle spot on the line of scrimmage, so to speak. But today, he's been able to control the defensive end and get to that corner, and Earl's been able to cut back for considerable yardage.
2nd down, 2. Campbell on the run. About the 33-yard line. You know, we talked about Earl Campbell, whether he would be here, whether he would not be here. Mike Rozier won the Heisman Trophy last night. And everyone is assuming that if Houston does have the first draft, will certainly take Mike Rozier. As we check both coaches, that's Chuck Studley. He hopes to be here next year to maybe have Rozier. But if Rozier is drafted, what does that do to Earl Campbell?
Well, the big thing, too, the interesting cog that's been thrown into the so-called gearbox this week is the possible acquisition of Warren Moon from Canada. If they get him and they can draft Rozier, then Campbell could be expendable, and they could get 1 or even 2 #1 draft choices for Earl Campbell.
A screen to Tim Smith doesn't work at all. Bob Brzezinski, the linebacker, stayed right out there. And just in case he needed help, William Judson, the left cornerback right up behind him, said, "Hey, I'll help you out, Big Bob." And Brzezinski, who leads the team in tackles, didn't
need any help.
No, he didn't. A little split screen here again to the wide receiver. There's just nowhere to run. You can see the quickness of the Miami Dolphins as they get their 4 or 5 players coming into the picture immediately.
Mike Kozlowski comes in as a nickelback out of the ball game. Is linebacker Charles Bowser. So 5 defensive backs are on the field on 2nd and 9. Attempting to make that catch is Mike McCloskey, the tight end, trying to get that ball before it could hit the ground, underthrown. McCloskey, the rookie from Penn State. Big guy, 6'5", 240. 3rd down and 9.
Did you say he was from Penn State, my alma mater? As we watch Luck back here.
Is that where you went to school?
Absolutely. Joe Paterno and I.
Say, he had it for a moment. He just had possession.
Yes, he did.
3rd down. Big 3rd down play for the Miami defense and the Houston offense, obviously. Jackson Edwards are in. Incomplete. Intended for number 81, Steve Bryant, and he drew a crowd. Glenn Blackwood was right over there with him to say hello to him. Holden Walker, who was in, or is now coming in, looking for a potential return, as Oliver Luck and company, his offense will leave the field and the punting unit comes on.
You get the feeling as we watch the game, Earl, that the momentum, as you had alluded to earlier, has changed. It's slowly becoming more and more the dominance of the Miami Dolphins here in the latter part of the game. They held the Oilers the last 2 times without gaining considerable yardage, and Miami is really going to threaten on this one here. This is the biggest series for the Houston Oilers.
James gets a boomer with good hang time away to Holden Walker. Walker drops the football and wisely covers it at the 18-yard line. That's Don Shula coaching. When you fumble that ball, get on it. Don't try to pick it up and go anyplace. A 48-yard kick by John James, his best of the day. And the Miami Dolphins, who scored their last possession to tie the game, will take over at their own 18-yard line with 9 minutes and 17 seconds left to play. The Astrodome. Everybody said they're not going to build a place to play inside. Well, since then, there have been a number of them. And speaking of new stadia, everybody in South Florida really excited about the potential new stadium to be built. North Miami, as we understand, the leading candidate for the site, home to the Dolphins and possibly a Major League Baseball team later on. Dan Marino, 171 yards. Last possession, got the tying touchdown to that ball. This time goes to Tony Nathan. Nathan breaks it out to the 30-yard line for a first down to pick up at 12. Avon Riley, the linebacker, number 53, and Carter Hartwig, number 36, the free safety, to make the tackle after a 12-yard pickup.
Well, Tony Nathan just threw everything for the Miami Dolphins. Great shifting of body motion there. Picked up 8 or 9 yards. Well, picked up 10 yards, the first down. But they're controlling the ball on the ground. They are going to loosen up the passing right now because the Oilers are kept off guard. They don't know whether they're going to pass or they're going to run.
More to the left, deeper to the right now for Miami. Nathan again gets the call. Nathan won't get too much this time, maybe a couple, possibly 3, as he is stacked up pretty well. You see number 54, Greg Singham, and Avon Riley, number 53, Robert Abraham, number 56, all linebackers for Houston.
You know, one thing I always liked when I played here as a player, it doesn't rain in here. You don't get dirty. It's 72 degrees. The wind blows at 5 miles an hour. It's a nice house to play in.
Nice carpet to play on sometime. This one is in pretty good shape now. Second down coming up, 8 yards to go. So 2 on the last play. Showing blitz. Right over the middle to Bruce Hardy, the tight end. That's the 35, or near the 35. Robert Brazil covered Hardy, the big tight end who is 6'4", 232 pounds.
You know, we said that Mark Duper is getting an awful lot of attention. Watch as he comes off the ball here. Tell me if this doesn't look as if it's holding right here. Can you grab a guy and hold him out there like that as we watch? Look at that. They're either dancing or something. Boy, what a story for him. I don't even believe he played high school football, did he, Merle?
He did not play high school football. He did not play college ball for the first 2 years.
But I know he anchored, the 400-meter run for the U.S. team?
Yes, he did. And he also broke Joe Delaney's record
in the 100 meters at Northwest Louisiana with a time of 10:21.
He's got some great speed. 4.3 in the 40-yard dash. That's about as fast as I can fall.
Steve Brown on a holding call. Miami first down on the 37-yard line. Marino, Duper, great catch by Duper. And Duper is inside Houston territory. He was covered by number 20, Willie Tullis, but he still got 16 yards, and Hartwig had to finally come up after he broke Tullis' tackle. Hartwig had to come up and put him down.
Duper seems somewhat small for a wide receiver, only being 5'9", but he sure comes up with the big catches, this rush and out pattern here. Very good catch right here. Great concentration on the ball as we see the defensive player come right in there. That's a hard catch to concentrate on the ball and to catch that ball and keep it.
Duper became a starter in the same game as Marino. He won 6 out of 7. Marino looking. Finally hits the ground. Avon Riley, the linebacker, batted the ball up, number 53. Then came the scramble of somebody trying to get to it, and Brian Tosha, the nose tackle, is 6'3" and 250, said, "Give me a shot at that ball. I'll show you how nose tackles can run."
The hands of stone, the defensive lineman.
Duper, 5 out of 5 catches, rather, for 67 yards today. This Houston defense has been tough.
Yes, they have. But the interesting thing on that one, that particular play, is that Marino, as he stood back there, could have eaten a sandwich. He had so long to throw the ball.
Game tied at 17, 6:59 to go. At halftime, Houston led 14-7. Marino, 2nd and 10. Tony Nathan. Nathan fumbles the football. Houston has recovered at the play.
Oh, boy. They may have called him down. If they did, it's going to be a very controversial call.
Apparently, that is the call. Don Chulo says, "I'll accept all of the nice things on this." Carter Hartwig was up there, but we don't get too much of a beat from Houston because the play apparently been called immediately.
Well, we said that the ball has not bounced well for Miami, but this one here evidently did. Let's watch it again. See what happens to Tony Nathan here. Is he down? You, the fans, see the judge. Is he down when he fumbles the ball? No, it looks as if the ball came out just before he fumbled. Just before he hit the ground.
3rd down 2. Nathan going for the first down. Has that a lot more. Nathan is inside the 15 near the 12-yard line, possibly the 11. Avon Riley and Keith Bostic, the linebacker and strong safety, yank him down after a 28-yard pickup.
Well, I think you could have seen in that other play, as we watch this play, the long run by Nathan. I believe the ball came out before Nathan was down on the ground. As we watch Nathan break out of here, very pivotal play for the Houston Oilers. A great run, of course, here by Tony Nathan, taking back inside, picking up and getting down at least in the field goal position. But the big play for the Miami Dolphins was the one prior to that. Whether did he fumble or, of course, did he not fumble?
Nathan, 12 carries, 77 yards for the day. The ball between the 12 and 13. First down, Miami. Score tied at 17, 5:18 to play. Franklin inside the 10 of the 9. You know, on that run by Nathan, Franklin did a great job on a block on Greg Bingham.
Yes, he did.
And Franklin showing that he not only can carry the ball, but he knows how to put a shoulder into the opposition. 2nd down, 7 after a pickup of 3. Dan Johnson out of the ball game at tight end. Bruce Hardy is in for Miami.
When we talk about the test of character, this is a test of character for the Houston Oilers. It's also a test of a greatness for the Miami Dolphins here.
4:46 to play in the game. Score tied at 17. Marino puts it up. It is recovered by Miami as Andre Franklin, who has done about everything you can ask a man to do in this drive, pounced on that football, and Miami holds it at the 5.
But the quarterback, Dan Marino, may be hurt on this play. He dove in there. Let's take a look at it from ground level action. Watch Dan Marino, number 13, as he scrambles. The tail end of this play, he gets hit, fumbles the ball. Let's watch this right here. He's trying to pick up the first down. He gets hit there. There's the fumble. He may be hurt. He's still down on the field. All the medical aides, of course, run out there, the trainers and doctors.
Dan Marino who was taken by Miami in Miami's first draft. Other quarterbacks ahead of him were Elway, Blackledge, Easton, who is playing in New England, Ken O'Brien out of Cal Davis, who's with the Jets, and Jim Riley, who was drafted by Houston but signed to the USFL. So Dan Marino, number 13, on the ground, and Avon Riley, who has been a fine defensive performer. He was the guy that batted the ball down a moment ago. He is up, and Marino is still down.
On this play, it looks as if Marino took a shot right there on the leg, on the knee. He's up and he's walking off the field. That's a great sign to see. He does have a little limp to him, but it's a good sign to see him up and running. Or up and walking, I should say. Now the question is, who do you bring in? David Woodley, of course, or Don Strock? It looks as if it's going to be Strock.
Don Strock coming in. Don Strock relegated to holding the ball. Don Strock has been a relief pitcher for many years for the Miami Dolphins. And Strock, a 10-year veteran from Virginia Tech, number 5 draft choice in 1973, comes on to run the Dolphins. It is third down, a little more than 2 on the 5-yard line of the Houston Oilers. 4 minutes and 5 seconds left in the ball game.
Boy, in this situation, he's ice cold. He hasn't taken a snap. He should just try a run just to get the feel of the ball.
That's it. The pitch to Nathan. Nathan, a block on the corner. He dives in for the leading touchdown. Miami, struggling all day, finally has taken the lead. So Tony Nathan gets his third rushing touchdown of the year, and Marino, warming up on the sideline, apparently is going to be okay.
Well, he takes the snap and flips out to Tony Nathan, and Tony utilizes his speed. Right here, he dips in, then turns it back on to go outside to give the Miami Dolphins what I believe is their first lead of the day.
It is indeed, as Houston broke in the first quarter with a touchdown and has led until this moment. So Tony Nathan, who played his collegiate football for Bear Bryant at Alabama, now is Miami into the lead, and Von Schaman tries to add the extra point and does it easily. And with 3 minutes and 51 seconds left to play in the game, the Dolphins now lead by 7.
Well, it's just a pitch out here to Tony Nathan. He takes it back outside, gives the great league-leading Miami Dolphins a lead for the first time, 24-17. We'll be right back.
John Strock finally getting a chance to warm up as the medical staff works on what right now is the franchise.
It looks as if they're working on his left knee. Obviously, as we look at that banner right there, Miami Dolphins on our way to Tampa Bay. But they are working on his left knee, but he was up, he walked around, he even jogged down the sideline, so evidently it's just something small or minor to that. We really don't want to speculate on any type of injury.
The Dolphins now have the lead for the first time today, and the win today would give them the Eastern Division Championship as Roaches gets out across the 20 and is dropped to the 21, and flags go down. So the Dolphins, who were a loser last year in the Super Bowl to Washington, can wrap it up in the Eastern Division with the win today, and it has really been a struggle uphill. A 17-yard return there by Roaches.
Yeah, well, we're looking at that graphic, 9 plays, 82 yards, quite a long drive for the Miami Dolphins. That's what they really needed to get back into this game and get a lead. Now the pressure is really going to be put on the Houston Oilers. As we watch Marino there passing, he looks like he's feeling fairly well.
Illegal block in the back, number 26. First down.
But it's really going to put the pressure on the Oilers right now because, again, they're inside their 10-yard line, and they've got to drive for a score.
Darrell Meadows, an illegal block in the back. Matt Moore talking to Dan Marino, maybe saying, hey, Danny, don't forget me now.
He didn't on that touchdown pass just a few minutes ago.
Yes, sir. Now Houston, first down. Inside the Oilers 10. Left in the end zone, he's going to go for all of it. He way overshoots his intended receiver, Steve Bryant. That ball was thrown, let me see, 55, 57, 59 yards in the air easily.
Well, you're just like Oliver Luck, a Rhodes Scholar on that one, getting 57 yards in the air.
It was really, that wasn't the right figure, but I knew you'd believe me. Anybody would. Who's going to figure that one out?
It was a long pass. But you see how Luck's doing a lot of rolling out now quickly, trying to get out of the pocket, because now the Miami Dolphins have got a 7-point lead with only 3 minutes and something left in the game, and they have got
all their weight on their fingers, and they're coming off the ball right now trying to put the pressure on this young quarterback, Oliver Luck.
Crafton Edwards and Crutchfield is now in. Dwayne Crutchfield to the backfield for the first time today. He is the setback. Crutchfield gets hit once, gets away, throws the football incomplete. The receiver over there was Mike McCloskey. And Crutchfield got hung up. Dwayne looked like he was going to be a blocker. He tried to sneak across the line, and one of those linebackers said, "Where are you going?" He hung him up a little bit.
Well, the Miami Dolphins certainly know about Dwayne Crutchfield and his playing abilities with the Jets. Wow. I don't understand how they picked him up for $100, but that could be one of the steals of the year.
Well, the other one could be Derek Hatches that they picked up from the Baltimore Colts, who was the number 1 draft choice for the Colts just a few years ago and a great All-American at the University of Texas. Third down 10 for the Oilers at the 8. Luck just going to get rid of the football and throws it away. He had Donnie Kraft in the area, but the main thing that Luck was trying to do was keep from giving up 2 points, and Baumhauer was trying to get Miami 2 of them.
Well, this is a very poor play selection because you don't want to get caught in the end zone. You want to come up with just, all they had to do is come up with 10 yards. As you can see, Luck scrambling there. Look at the pressure that he's under there, right there by Baumhauer, and just throws the ball up for grabs.
Now the punting unit is on for Houston. John James aboard to kick it away. The Oilers had the lead until less than a minute ago. James pops it away to Fulton Walker. Walker with a little stutter step gets into Houston territory at about the 48-yard line. He'll go down there. So a 50-yard punt and an 8-yard return. Moriarty on the tackle. Coming up next, stay with us for the second half of our NFL doubleheader. Most of you will see the Cleveland Browns against the Broncos, both teams fighting for a playoff spot. Or in some areas, you'll see the Jets take on the Baltimore Colts. Check your local listings for the game in your area. That Cleveland game, for those Brown fans, if Pittsburgh has lost that game, we'll be getting a report on it. NFL 83 will have it all for you. Those Brown fans are going to be high.
But what a controversy also in the other game, the Jets in Baltimore. There's been a lot said about Richard Todd by the Baltimore Colts, and the Jets do not like that.
That's right. They've been waiting for that game. First down the 48. Struck to Franklin. And Franklin down to about the 45-yard line. Don Strock still running the ball club. Cincinnati leading Pittsburgh, and that's what we're talking about. If the Bengals go on to win that game, and they are leading with 13:31 left to play in it, then the Browns will really have something to shoot for. Cliff Stout throwing a 31-yard touchdown pass to Franco Harris for the last Pittsburgh score.
Well, I really think it's going to be interesting to see what the Dolphins do with the distraction of Arnsparger leaving. I think it's had its toll. Even today, I think I've seen some. I don't want to say disruption, but they haven't played like the Miami Dolphins have played in the past.
Well, there were so many things that happened. Franklin carrying and Ham making the tackle. There were so many things that happened in Miami this week. First of all, it was a very short week for the Dolphins since they played on Monday night. Then, of course, on the same day, the announcement was made that Don Shula would stay. Also, Bill Arnsparger, just named a day or so ago, and you see him there in the baseball cap. He will be going to LSU. He told you before the game on NBC that he would be going to Baton Rouge tomorrow. He's going to be working both camps. But he also said, no, I think, and going back to review, he said, I'm sure our guys can handle it because, okay, I move on, but we're going to work together, and my main goal is still with the Miami Dolphins till the season's over.
One thing that he did tell me in the time prior to the game was about the stability that Lyle and Glenn Blackwood have given to their defensive secondary, and that's why one of the reasons he felt somewhat comfortable about it. Of course, now Lyle again was very outspoken about Arnsparger leaving, and he should be because he's in the latter part of his career. He's got probably 2 or 3 more years to play, but you bring in a new coach, you change new coaching philosophies.
Well, we have a short time out here with 2:20 left, and you talk about the coaching philosophies, and here's what's coming up next Sunday. Lynn Berman, NFL 83, kicks off week number 15, and then a full slate related ball games. The Seahawks playoff hunt still against the Giants, the Browns against the Oilers, and then the Patriots in the 3:30 game against the Rams, Baltimore, Denver, Kansas City against San Diego. Just your local listing for the game to be seen in your area. Third down and 4. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go in the game. And Franklin near a first down. It's the 38-yard line. The clock still running at 2:12 left to play in the game. Bob Ham making the tackle with help from Bingham and Brazil, the linebackers, and timeout is called finally with 2:09 left to play. They take a look at the stick. And we have been trying to find Dan Marino on the sideline, and it appears that he has gone into the dressing room, and that would figure with only 2:09 to go and an old pro like Strzok to handle the command. All they got to do is just control the ball here.
Absolutely. Make no mistake. They want to control the ball. You can look for it to be, if they do pass, it's going to be purely a safe pass. We're going to have we're going to have fourth down and about a foot. Now a big decision. Do they go for it and give the possibility of good field position to the Oilers, or do they punt it?
Well, comes on. Marino is still on the sideline. A little earlier when they were examining, it appeared that they were going to take him on into the dressing room. Right now, he's kind of there, kind of lonely.
He was hiding inside that box, and when he said that, he popped out.
Be on TV for Mom. Now we have seen the clock run down to the 2-minute warning before a play can be run off. And so, with 2 minutes left to play, Dolphins lead 24-17. Dan Marino, as you can see, is getting some attention from the medical staff. Looks like the left knee.
That doesn't look good, even though he was up running around. I was happy to see him get up and kind of jog up and down the sideline, but they have iced it down for precautionary measures.
Fourth down into. Tony Nathan stops at the line of scrimmage, but he only had inches to go. Greg Bingham led the charge, and the Oilers are saying we stopped him.
It could be the biggest play in the latter part of this game with only 1 minute and 56 seconds to go. The question is, did the Oilers stop him or did they not? Yes, they did. They're giving him the ball. Look at this line, Sergeant. Watch Bingham, number 54, come in here. Look. Allow right there into Tony Nathan. Wow, you can't get a bigger hit than that.
So the Oilers take over. 1 minute 56 to go in the ball game. They are down by 7. They led until we got into the fourth quarter when Miami finally moved ahead. And now the Oilers have another shot at it.
Well, the big thing is that Oliver Luck does not panic in this situation, that he goes and does what he's done so well today, and that's the short pass game and also the quick handoff.
Luck throwing over the middle, and he's got a first down, I believe, near the midfield stripe to Chris Dressel, the tight end, the rookie from Stanford. Mike Kozlowski made the tackle. They're not even going to question whether it's a first down or not. It looks like maybe an inch or so short. It is second down. Luck throwing and overthrowing. That'll stop the clock. He had Steve Bryant in the pattern, but he was well covered. He just fired the ball away. That stops the clock with 1 minute 33 seconds to go. And Chuck Studley, the interim head coach, who would like to have that interim taken off, is on the sideline setting his offense now for the last minute and 33 seconds of possession here. And you look at the timeout, always an important role in a ball game. Our spotters today, Vernon Eschenfelder and Frank Priddy. Our statisticians, Mark Molesworth, Kenny Johnson. Thank you, gentlemen. Super job. Don Shore, even with a 7-point lead, he knows in one play it could vanish. Third down, an inch or so. They get in the first down. They get that. So, Donnie Kraft, the second-year man from Louisville, picks up the first down, and the clock showing 1 minute and 28 seconds left, and now a timeout called. 1 minute 28 seconds remaining. Miami leading at 24-17. We hope you've enjoyed this ball game today. It's been a wild one, and the Miami Dolphins, who can wrap up the Eastern Division crown, they can hold a 7-point lead, 1 minute 28 seconds away from that. We've had a wonderful crew here today. Michael Weissman, our executive producer. Today, the coordinating producer, Ted Nathanson. Today's game is produced by Jeff Mason. Great to be with Jeff again. Lenny Stucker, who directed the ball game. John Burkhart, technical director. David Hoffman. John Filippelli produced NFL 83 bringing all the exciting highlights and thrills of the ball games, and other people who bring you NFL football every Sunday afternoon on NBC. Now we're down to a minute 28 left to play in the ball game. Dolphins ahead, 24-17.
Well, I told Lyle Blackwood that he said, be sure and mention me and say hello to Suzanne, his wife. And I said, well, you better do something in this game. And he better do something right now. The Miami Dolphins want to stop the Houston Oilers.
The Dolphins went to the Super Bowl last year on defense. Now defense becomes the name of the game for the Dolphins as the charge of the line of scrimmage. And it was a quick charge off the ball as Luck fires away. And it is intercepted, picked up by Lyle Blackwood. And Blackwood comes up with the ball at the 17-yard line for the Dolphins. His fourth interception of the year.
Well, did I call that one or did I call that one?
Well, I think you've been in touch with somebody.
Well, he said I'm going to do something out here so you can say hello to Suzanne and Ashley and all his little children, because he was my former roommate. The Watt Lyle. Luck is in trouble right here. Just really throws it up and grabs. You can see the wobble of the ball. Lyle circles underneath it, and way to go, Roomy. That a way to come through.
And Bob Baumhauer was the guy who was wrapping up Luck as he fired that ball away. And that's Glenn Blackwood, who played at Texas. Lyle played at TCU. They had to get a few miles away from each other. Miami on top by 7 with a minute 19 seconds to go to control the clock and wrap up the Eastern Division title in the AFC. Of course, Miami still concerned and still, as they now really work on the clock, Strock just simply falls on the football. Miami is concerned somewhat about home field advantage with the playoffs coming up, but more than anything else, concerned about a victory. And you know, Bill Arnsparger talked about the value of the Blackwood brothers and what they had meant to this defensive unit.
Yes, he did. He talked about the stability that they gave back there. He talked a lot about in the opening before the game. He told me that Glenn is tremendous on making adjustments as we look at Bill Arnsparger there in the center of your picture going on to LSU. But he talked about the stability that they gave them, and they certainly did. They came up with a big play here today, as we see Dan Marino with an ice bag on his knee, but he is walking, and that's a good sign. Evidently, it's just a small bruise or a strain. He's heading into the locker room. He's had a day, and there goes Don Strock, number 10, evidently the backup quarterback. The Oilers are out of timeout, and with a minute 11 seconds, it's the old fall-down defense, or fall-down offense.
So the Dolphins with 2 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, Nat Moore on a 28-yard reception, and then Nathan on a 5-yard touchdown run, finally taking the lead here in this game at a minute 11 away from a victory.
The very impressive thing on behalf of the Dolphins today is that they never panicked. You never saw Don Shula get upset and scream and yell when they were down 14-0, and they never seemed to lose their game plan. They didn't pass the ball as well maybe as they wanted to, but they never lost their composure, and that's a sign of a great team, a team that's definitely got a great shot in the playoffs.
Now the Oilers, having used their last timeout already, can do nothing but watch the clock count down, and Don Shula and his Miami Dolphins marching to an Eastern Division crown and on into the playoffs in this 1983 season. With a minute 7 seconds remaining, we have
offside, number 52.
And that did stop the clock temporarily as Robert Brazil was hit for an offside penalty.
Well, I would love to have played for him in my career. I got to play for John Madden, of course, and several other coaches, but I always had a great admiration for him. And as we see the AFC East, that's up to date, 10-4 with a 2-game lead. I guess that is, yes. With the comparison to Buffalo, if they win today, of course, they will be 8-6, I believe. That's right. So you can see Miami really has the upper hand, but now the Oakland Raiders have really the field advantage, I believe. I'm not saying something that's out of school.
Well, at this point, yes, as we start looking into that home field advantage, and it basically affects the first couple of ball games. Here's the second down coming up, 7 yards to go, 40 seconds left on the clock as they kill it off with Don Strock simply falling on the football. And so the Houston Oilers have put up a tremendous battle here today, leading at the first quarter 7-0 when Luck hit Smith with a touchdown pass in the first quarter. Then Campbell scored in the second quarter, and Franklin then scored for Miami 14-7 at half. It was 14-7 Oilers, and then 17-7 Oilers, and finally 17-10, and then the 2 touchdowns here for Miami in the fourth quarter ices it up. And you saw Chuck Studley a moment ago. Will he be back next year? What will the Houston Oilers makeup be in 1984 as they may come up with a Rozier, they may come up with a Warren Moon, they may come up with a new head coach, and Don Shula understands all about this as coaches do.
He certainly does. As we watch Miami
Miami Dolphins, 1983 AFC East champions.
This is Merle Herman along with Dave Roll, and NFL 83. We'll be with you right after these messages from your local station.